Hello everyone. For the past few days, the biggest story in global news have been the announcement of the Nobel Laureates for the year 2021. Now, the announcement of Nobel Laureates is a much sought after event in the calendar, and their awarding ceremony has been under scrutiny for the past 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So, in this particular video, we're going to introduce the winners of this year's Nobel Prizes and also give you a background regarding the Nobel Prizes themselves. So, let's get started. So, what exactly is the Nobel Prize? The Nobel Prize is presented annually on the anniversary of Alfred Nobel's death, 10th of December. The Nobel Prize is not a single prize, but 5 separate prizes that, according to Alfred Nobel's 1895 will, are awarded to those who, during the preceding year, have conferred the greatest benefit to humankind. Nobel Prizes are awarded in the fields of physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature, and peace. Now let's look at the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. This prize is awarded yearly by the Nobel Assembly at the Karolinska Institute for outstanding discoveries in physiology or medicine. Now, if we look at the first Nobel Prize for Physiology, it was awarded in the year 1901 to the German physiologist Emil von Behring. This was given for his work on serum therapy and the development of a vaccine against diphtheria. So, in recognition of his work, he was awarded the first ever Nobel Prize for Physiology. Now, what about the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in Physiology? The first woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine was Gertie Cori, and she received it in 1947 for her role in elucidating the metabolism of glucose, important in many aspects of medicine, including the treatment of diabetes. Now, for this year's Nobel Prize. This year's Nobel Prize in Physiology was jointly awarded to David Julius and Adam Patapushin for their discoveries of receptors for temperature and touch. So, their work in identifying receptors in the human body for temperature and touch enabled them, have given them the recognition to win the Nobel Prize in Physiology. So, let's move on to physics. The Nobel Prize in Physics is usually awarded by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences present in Stockholm. Now, when it comes to physics, the first ever Nobel Prize for Physics was awarded in 1901, and it was awarded to physicist Wilhelm Röntgen. And this was awarded to him in recognition of the extraordinary services that he rendered by the discovery of X-rays. So, Röntgen revolutionized the future of medical research with the discovery of X-rays, and therefore for his path-breaking contribution he was awarded the first ever Nobel Prize in Physics. Now let's look at the prizes given out for physics in 2021. Now, this year the prize is again shared. The first half of the prize is given to Syukuro Manabe and Klaus Hasselmann. Now, both of these people received the Nobel Prize for Physics for their groundbreaking contributions to the physical modeling of the Earth's climate, quantifying variability, and reliably predicting global warming. So this year's Physics Nobel Prize has been awarded to people who have identified effective ways to physically model the Earth's climate, which has given them the ability to predict global warming reliably. Now, what about the other half of the prize? The other half of the prize is given to Giorgio Parisi for groundbreaking contributions to the theory of complex systems, in particular for the discovery of the interplay of disorder and fluctuations in physical systems from atomic to planetary scales. Let's look at the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Now, as with physics, the Nobel Prize for Chemistry is awarded again annually by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences, which is present in Stockholm. Now, the first ever Nobel Prize in Chemistry was again awarded in 1901, and this prize was awarded to Jacobus Henricus van 't Hoff of the Netherlands. Now, this was awarded to him for his discovery of the laws of chemical dynamics and osmotic pressure in solutions. Van 't Hoff is particularly famous for his work with solutions, and therefore, in order to recognize his work with osmotic pressure in solutions, he was awarded the first ever Nobel Prize in Chemistry. This year's Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded jointly to Benjamin List and David W.C. Macmillan. The award was for the development of asymmetric organocatalysis. The next prize is again a very important one. This is the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, this Nobel Prize is presented by the Norwegian Nobel Committee on behalf of the estate of Alfred Nobel. Now, the other prizes are usually awarded in Sweden, but the Peace Prize is a prestigious event which takes place on the 10th of December at Oslo, Norway, and it's awarded by the Norwegian Nobel Committee instead of the Swedish one. Now, the Nobel Peace Prize is usually awarded once to an individual. An individual or group. There are only 2 recipients of the award who have won them multiple times. The International Committee of the Red Cross has won the Nobel Peace Prize thrice, in 1917, 1944, and 1963 respectively. The Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees takes second place. It has won 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, one in 1954 and the other in 1981. Now, in the history of the Nobel Peace Prize, there's only been one person who refused to accept the Nobel Peace Prize, and he was a Vietnamese national. His name was Le Duc Tho, and he was the only person who refused to accept the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, onto this year's Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Peace Prize 2021 was awarded jointly to Maria Ressa of the Philippines and Dmitry Andreevich Muratov of Russia for their efforts to safeguard freedom of expression, which is a precondition for democracy and lasting peace. So, this year's Peace Prize was awarded to journalistic figures for their efforts to safeguard the freedom of expression in their respective countries. Next, we look at the Nobel Prize in Literature. The Nobel Prize in Literature is awarded by the Swedish Academy of Fine Arts, which is again present in Stockholm, Sweden. Now, the Nobel Prize in Literature, its youngest laureate was the celebrated author Rudyard Kipling. He was 41 years old when he was awarded the prize in 1907. The oldest laureate to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature was Doris Lessing, who was 88 when she was awarded in 2007. And another unique thing about the Nobel Prize in Literature is that it has been awarded posthumously only once so far, and that award was given to Eric Axel Karlfeldt in 1931. This year, the Nobel Prize in Literature for the year 2021 was awarded to Abdurrazak Gurna for his uncompromising and compassionate penetration of the effects of colonialism and the fate of the refugee in the gulf between cultures and continents. So his work, which looks at the problems faced by refugees as well as colonialism, has been recognized by the Swedish Academy of Fine Arts, and thus he is now awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for 2021. And that concludes this episode of Brain Blitz Audio. So we are a YouTube channel that focuses on providing educational content. If you want to learn more about us, then please type the link www.youtube.com/c/brainblitzaudios and you can learn more about us. So that's a wrap for this particular episode. Take care, stay safe, bye bye for now.